We're going with Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris.
I'll probably go Chuck Norris. Heard some small stories about Bruce Lee, not like just only doing like other stuff, but Chuck Norris actually going in the tournaments and actually fighting. So Chuck Norris.
The feeling of seeing like a body just like drop cold in the mat, it's beautiful. It's just you applying the technique and seeing that it's just one touch, it's just 1 second, and the body just drops cold and the person cannot move,
Everybody says, you get your top 5 athletes out there, on a basketball team. You got Barkley, you got Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, all that. Who's your top 5 fighters you walk into anywhere, ain't nobody fucking with, you guys knocking everybody out?
Shit, I got Francis Ngannou. I got Izzy. I got Demetrius Johnson. And I got Kamaru Usman. Oh, I got one more?
No, you included. You included. So
Nikes or Jordans?
I'll go with Jordans all day. I'm rocking some right now, bro.
What you got on? Let's see real quick, man. You got the 13s on? What you got, man? Let's see. He walking into the gym. Retro 5.
Yeah,
OG, white cement. Take us into the locker room with you. So when you're walking out of there and your name's being announced, what's going through your mind? Are you?
Yo. Welcome, Pub Sports Radio. Seconds out. Don't worry about the mother shows. We the best out. MMA Locker Room here, man. We coming off a fantastic week last week, man. We just wrapped up a main event, We capped it here on the card for Pub Sports. We had the boys in here as usual, We capped off Rakic and Blachowicz. Now we got a whole new week ahead of us, You got the Preacher's Daughter. You got Holly Holm taking on Caitlin Vieira. Is she going to be able to do it? I don't know. We'll see. But hey, why I got you guys here, man. Speaking of the main event, man, the main card, it's only right, man. I got your main boy in the back waiting to come out, exclusively as he's cutting weight, seconds out before the fight. None other, Let me give him his right introduction, When he ain't playing, football or, out there, tackling people or knocking people out, 8 KOs, 1 submission, 14 wins, over 11 fights in the UFC, signing contract after contract, best middle nickname in the fight game. Who, the one and only, your boy. Welcome to the show, man. Eryk Anders.
What's happening, brother, man? Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Oh, man, it looks like I literally got you seconds out, man. Where you at right now? What you got going on?
I'm at the UFC PI. Just, wrapped up some training with my coach and training partner. Got a massage, hit the sauna. I'm going back and forth from the hot and the cold tub. Just, rounding out the day.
Got it, man. So I guess it looks like, man, you're smiling, you're chewing gum, you're in happy spirits. So it looks like the weight cut is going right?
We hadn't even started yet. I fast for like 24 hours before I hit the scale. So about 11 a.m. tomorrow, that's when the suck starts, and then in the evening, that's when I start sitting in the sauna and cutting the rest of the weight out. So. I'm in happy spirits. I'm like well fed and well hydrated right now. But about this time tomorrow, I'm not going to be feeling as hot.
Got you, man. Yeah, we got you in a good mood and everything. Let me go into that real quick, man. So when you're cutting weight and you go into those modes, like, do you go into a dark mind state to where it's kind of like you put yourself on an island where it's just like, hey, it's me on this island for 4 days. I have nothing to eat, nothing to survive off of, and this is all I got. Do you go into survivor mode or like that, or is it kind of like you're used to it because you've been doing it for so long? You know exactly what to do, and you just get through it.
Yeah, some weight cuts are easier than others, but at the end of the day, it's what you got to do. And I'm not trying to forfeit, 30% of my money, so. It's critical I make hit that 186 mark. So, I just kind of thug it out, do what I got to do, try not to bitch and complain because, you know, at the end of the day, that shit don't help. So, you know, you just, man, you got to get through it. And, you know, I got, you know, good people around me. We're laughing, telling jokes, and, you know, watching TV, listening to music, and, you know, just kind of making the best of a bad situation. So it is what it is. You know, it's just something that you got to do as part of the game, part of the process. And, you know, it's just what everybody got to do.
Feel you, man. Speaking of that, I mean, what are some of the things that you like to do during fight week, especially like, you know, to relax, you know, days before, like, you know, talk to a few fighters, you know, they got a tradition that they go to like a movie night, you know, whatever movie's out that weekend, they do something like that. Some fighters go to the shooting range. Is there anything that you do like specifically, you know, just to relax and everything with your camp and your teammates?
Well, yeah, the movie theater's out because, you know, movie theater popcorn is probably my favorite snack on earth. So, you know, I just try to stay away from it. But nah, dude, I just sit, relax. You know, I get pretty stir crazy, but you know, when you know you got to cut weight, and you know, you just sit in the room, and you know, I like watching movies, so you know, I scroll through Netflix and try to find a good series, or you know, try to find some movies to watch.
Do you don't ever go into like no like let me go into like some old school Van Damme, Steven Seagal type movies, you know, Return of the Dragon, Bruce Lee type movies, or is it just let me really relax and take my mind off of what's about to happen and you know put me in a different place?
I really love the movie Braveheart. So you know, I usually watch that at least once every fight week. But you know, also I'll scroll through, and if I see something I like, I'll watch it. You know, I really don't. You know, I really don't try to waste a whole lot of like mental energy to like, you know, think about the fight so much before the fight happens. You know, like I'll watch film, you know, rehearse stuff, and you know, do all that stuff when it's time to like hit, miss, and work out and whatnot. But when I'm just sitting in the hotel room, I kind of like to just be by myself. You know, fall in and out of naps, and you know, fall asleep with the TV on, watching TV. I really don't do much. You know, get up in the morning, go for a run, rest during the day, and then you know, about the time that I'm gonna fight. You know, I like to get up and start moving around and get active, so I kind of get used to um, getting moving and you know fighting at around that time. So
Got it, man. And we got, man, you get some love in the chat, man. I'm gonna read through all the chat questions in a minute when I wrap it up for him, man. You getting some love in there, man. But let me ask you a few things, man, because it's something I always wanted to know. Like, you know, like when you guys are actually in the fights, you know, in between rounds, like or even during the fights, do you actually hear the crowd, or are you only hearing your coach's voices, or do you actually hear the crowd when you're actually fighting in there sometimes?
man, that should all kind of blend together. It's just like one noise.
Okay.
I do like, I know like the sound of my coach's voice. So, you know, I'm trying to hear that and listen for that. But, you know, I can't hear like the individual, like people saying individual things, but you can't hear like the roar. Probably the only time I ever heard somebody's voice, is I fought in Tampa and Mike Perry was in the crowd, and I could just hear him telling me to go and like be first. And all I could think about is the story he was telling about his coach telling him to do that. And he's like, feint, 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 feint. And he's like, go. And he's like, nah, fuck you, you go. I don't feel like
Yeah,
getting hit
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah,
And so
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
as he was telling me to go, that's all I could think about was like, no, dude, you fucking go.
When he was like, you just hold the water. You bring me the water. You know, you over
Yeah.
here telling me to go. It just ain't that easy. I got it.
And he wasn't even in my corner. He was just like in the crowd. But, you know, he just has one of those, you know, really distinct voices that, you know, you can probably hear, pick out of anywhere.
Yeah, a lot of times, man, when we're watching fights, I see like, you know, a guy kicks the guy in the leg, you know, and another fighter repays him and kicks the guy in the leg. But I notice, you know, when a fighter hits another fighter with a body shot, he rarely gets paid back with a body shot. Do you prefer to attack the body or do you prefer the legs?
Um, Dude, I think, you know, when you walk out to the cage, they put like the little stats, like your little credentials on there. And I was rewatching one of my fights, and I think it said like 92% of my strikes thrown are to the head. So, I don't throw very many leg kicks. I don't throw very many body shots. But, the head is where it's at for me. So, yeah, I guess, leg kicks, I guess it just depends, where. I don't think inside leg kicks hurt or do much damage at all. But, outside leg kicks and calf kicks, a lot of people have been putting people away with those.
So if somebody kicks you in the leg or the calf, in other words, like 2 or 3 times, you're not the type to be like, all right, let me kick you back. You're more like, all right, let me kick your head off.
Yeah, I'm about them hands. I like to throw them. So, I guess everybody's different, and maybe some people are like trying to score points, and I think that is a thing. Like if you watch fights, people go kick for kick, but I'm not really like that. I don't think.
Man, speaking of it, man, people won't want to win fights by getting points, going kick for kick, man. We got the next fight coming up on the main card, your boy versus the Iron Turtle. I mean, when you talk about a fighter who likes to win, that kind of reminds me of your opponent right there. I remember when that fight got announced, you put it out on Twitter. Instead of putting your man's picture, man, you just put the straight turtle. I was like, all right, he's on and running with this one from there. I seen you got disrespected by the fight odds. I don't know how they have you an underdog. And if so, I don't know how it's that big. I seen you've been seeing what's going on online. You already put some money on you, or I know you plan on putting 1,000 on you and stuff like that. But what's going on with your opponent, man? Like, how do you see this fight taking place, and how do you feel that disrespect is actually going to hamp you up to take this guy out?
Man, I don't think it's not gonna play a factor in my mindset going into the fight. It's just something fun to do and talk about before the fight. But it's not gonna have an impact on the fight. I'm gonna go out there with a clear mind and a level head, and try to put him away at the first opportune moment.
First opportune moment. All right, so let me ask you something on that, man. Because usually, sometimes, when you see 2 fighters coming off a loss, their next fight, they're usually cautious in there. Are you feeling more cautious or more dangerous this time around?
I think if you watch any one of my fights, I'm never very cautious. You kind of look at my nose; it's crooked already. So I kind of throw caution to the wind, especially as the fight goes on. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get warmed up and get into the groove and whatnot. But, by that second round, we're moving, so I wouldn't really say it's cautious. It's just, kind of just me, I guess.
Yeah, that's another thing. So the fights, the wins, the losses, they all come, man. I got a term I like to call a fighter. You're one of them, man. We already know when you come in that ring, you're what we call a fighter. You're going to go in there. You're going to put your all out. You're going to be trying to put the other guy's lights out. So I'm confident, man, this week coming up, man, Park, he's not going to have enough to mess with your boy, man. Your boy's going to be putting him out. So, we did a 3-fighter parlay last time I had you on, and it cashed. It was the Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad card. So, we're going to do the same thing around this time. We're going to go ahead and put your boy in a parlay, and then we're going to pick 2 more fighters that you like off the card, put them together and see what we can make some money on. You familiar with everybody fighting tonight? Saturday?
Dude, I can't remember his name. It definitely sounds African. I think they call him Chitty Bang or
yes, sir. Chitty and Jukwe. Okay.
Yeah, and then Jukwe. Yeah, he's an underdog, and dude, I think he smokes Dushko, whatever.
Okay.
The Serbian kid, and there was another underdog that I thought should be.
Well, let me just give you the correct one though. Actually, he's a favorite. He opened up a -190. He's like a -220 favorite, but it's all good though. Cause yeah,
for real?
Yeah, it don't even matter because you're an underdog. So it's like your money is already big already. Well, so you don't even got to pick underdogs.
That makes more sense though. But I think he's a lock.
Got it. One more. Hey, I'll tell you this. Let me give you a hint. Your boy, you hit it last time. You picked Jonathan Martinez last time, and he won. He's on the card again. this time around. But you know, or else you got Michael Pereira versus Ponzinibbio. You got Holly Holm versus Vieira. You know, you got Morales versus Medic. You got Vince Morales versus Jonathan Martinez. Chase Hooper versus Felipe Corrales. You just need one more.
Sorry, yeah, I'm back now. Man, I forgot who else is fighting this week. I think Holly Holm is gonna stick and move on Caitlin Vieira.
Jonathan Martinez. You got
I got.
Jalton Almeida.
I think Jonathan Martinez wins. I think, dude. I think Santiago Ponzinibbio wins as well.
That's a full fighter one. That's a full fighter one right there. You know, is that the four you want to go with though, or I mean, because you got right now you got yourself. We got Chitty, and then we got Jonathan Martinez. You could ride with that, or else you could throw Ponzinibbio on there and really get fat.
I'm pretty confident in those three right there.
Let's go. Let me see. Full fighter parlay. Oh my god damn. Here we go. Fuck yeah. Let's go, y'all. It's plus 1,000, y'all. You put $100 on that. You put $100 on Chitty, Eryk Anders, your boy, Jonathan Martinez, and Ponzinibbio. $100 brings you back $1,000, 1,063. So yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna lock that shit in right now.
Let's go. And you know I am too. Hey, and I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys look at the last video that we did with him here on Puff Sports, his parlay hit. It was a plus 359 parlay. Now we had a plus 1,000. So that's locked in already on mine. So wager accepted. Thank you guys. But fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Let's get it.
So man, let me ask, man. Fight Ready. Tell me why Fight Ready's the right camp for your boy. I mean, given off the track record, kind of an easy call, right?
I mean, it's just as far as my skill development is going. I've traveled a lot of places, been coached by a lot of coaches at this point, but I really didn't think that like you can enhance like attributes. Like I thought if a fighter, if they were fast, but you couldn't make them faster, or whatever. But I just think that, man, they're doing all the right things, putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, and just my overall fight IQ is getting better, hand speed's getting better, just everything. Strategy, I actually have a strategy going into fights rather than like a tentative plan that kind of gets thrown out the window when the first punch gets thrown, So it's that right there in and of itself like kind of breeds confidence, So yeah, it's just they have everything going in the right direction.
Yes, sir, man. Look out for your boy Ray Waters over there, man. Trying to tell
you. Yeah, you know Ray?
No, you already know.
Yeah. Ray will be in my corner this weekend.
Yes, sir. So, man, we're gonna go through the chat real quick, man. Give him some love, give him some questions, man. They've been asking questions like, man, is Eryk C in the chat? I got y'all, man. Relax, man. I got Skywalker DFS saying Eryk, my dude. Let me see. Let me scroll through here. You got take no prisoners. Ask him what's the game plan.
Dude, I can't tell you all that, but when you even get my hand raised and you see how the fight goes, then you'll know what the game plan is. Yeah, that's why I can never. Oh, wow! And then he came back with the second one. Ask him his game plan again. Like so, yeah. We can't give that one out. Game plan is win.
There you go. Real Deal Prime. Best prep meal.
Man, I've been using those icon meals that the UFC provides, and it's for me that they taste good, and like I just think it's so much easier when they have like the micro and macronutrients written out on the thing. So I wear like a heart rate monitor whenever I work out, and let's just say I burn 500 calories, then I can go home and eat like a 300 calorie meal.
Ooh, that's smart.
I got to be like a calorie deficit to cut weight. You know what I mean? So they make it super easy.
My man Skywalker says, "How does it feel to be on the next season of Cobra Kai?" Hey, that's gonna be ever coming residuals and shit like that. Shout out your boy on that one, man.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. You know, it was an experience, and glad I got to be a part of it because whenever it drops, it's like the number one show on Netflix. So it's just cool to be a part of a project like that.
Yeah, man. And then we got one right here. Anders is tough as they come, but he still has subpar footwork. Hopefully, he has been working on that, especially against his opponent. As technically sound as Park. So have you been working on your footwork? And then also, they wanted to know, are you aware of his submission skills?
Yeah. It's no secret. Like he's got the Anaconda Darts game. He's pretty good at that. But yeah, dude, I work on everything all the time. It's just, when that shit get going, get going. And sometimes shit get thrown out the window and we'll just stand there and, trade. But, yeah, I know what he brings to the table. So it'll be a good one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They saying, bro, Anders KO's this man. Hey, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I can see it, man. Like, he already punted somebody. He already did everything. He might even get a submission, just because Park likes to go for the wrestling and shit like that. I'm trying to tell you, man, when it comes down to it, man, all right, man, the caliber of fighters, you lost to, this isn't that, so I'm going to look you dead in your eye, man. You about to win this fight. I'm confident as hell. I ain't even tripping or nothing like that, man. So we backing your boy, man. On top of that, did an MMA prediction show with somebody randomly today. Didn't know his pick or anything. He gave me his best underdog. It was you. And so when he said your boy, I was like, hey, how you know? Bruh. So it is what it is, man. We running with it to the bank on this one, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. So with that being said, you got any predictions for Shredder versus the Ninja Turtles this week?
Oh man, I'm gonna go out there and get my hand raised. He is tough. He is resilient. So if it goes 2 rounds, it goes 2 rounds. But I like to go out there and finish it early. So whenever I can, I will.
Got you, man. Got you, man. I'm gonna give you the stage right now, man. You want to shout out any of your sponsors, anything like that? I mean, your family back home, your man's training with you, who don't get that love, anything like that, man. The floor is yours. You can pay your sponsors and all that. In the meantime, man, I already told you. The owner of Pub Sports, he said that you used to play in one of the colleges out here in San Antonio where he's at, or something in Texas, for like 1 year or something like that. So he's been following me back then. So anytime you're in the San Antonio area, stop by the Southtown 101 area, and he's gonna take care of you, your family, your mans, and everybody else, man. So if you're in San Antonio, Texas, Pub Sports Radio, we got you out there, man. The floor is yours. Shout out everybody that you need.
Shout out to Marshall and you. They really do a good job of supporting the fighters with, the little things and the needs to, kind of make camp stress-free, You don't got to worry about bills and, the in between the fights, Rev Gear, some of the best gear in the game, and then Nutra Effects, best supplements in the game. Never have to worry about testing positive or tainted supplements or anything like that. So, shout out to those guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate it, man. Do us a favor here at Pub Sports, man, before you go. If you could give us a shout out here at Pub Sports Radio, send us anything, man. Don't matter what you say. Best MMA station out here, whatever it is. Just give us some little love out, man.
Big shout out to Pub Sports Radio, one of the best podcasts out there, sports radio shows out there. Make sure you give them a like, listen, and a follow.
Couldn't say no better than that, man. Sound like a radio station host or something up here, man. Hell yeah, man. So, hey, I honestly, I really appreciate you stopping by, because at the same time we got the interview with you, it was the same time last time. You had media day with everybody else out there on this Wednesday. You still made time for us. So, like, for me, that goes deeper than a lot of these people I do interviews with. I just tell you that straight out because I already know how it goes. Seconds out and days out before it goes, you're already booked. You already got other plans. It's like, why would I do this? So we rocking with you, man. And like I said, hey, man, let's go ahead and get this money, man. We confident around here. Appreciate everybody watching us out here. Pub Sports Radio, Seconds Out. Don't worry about the mother stations. We the best out.
I appreciate it, brother.